So, Sir Lewis Hamilton might not have to wait until the start of 2025 to drive his first Ferrari Formula 1 car. That's because apparently he's going to get to test an old car before the end of this year. Let's have a look at this, guys, because of course Ferrari did ask Mercedes, oh, can we use Hamilton for the post-season Abu Dhabi test? And Mercedes declined that opportunity because they still had sponsor commitments and stuff like that with Hamilton, which is fair enough. So it was very much, kind of said that, oh, he's going to drive the car for the first time in pre-season testing in Bahrain. But sounds like he's going to get to drive a Ferrari before that, an old one, which isn't actually as old as what you might think usually. I think they only have to be about 3 years old to qualify as an old Formula 1 car. So he could well drive the 2021 Ferrari soon. But let's have a look at this, guys. Full article on the F1Chronicle.com as always. Ferrari isn't setting a precise date for Lewis Hamilton's first test at the wheel of a red Formula 1 car in January. Boss Fred Vasseur has revealed that the fabled Italian team's 2025 car will be launched at Maranello on the 19th of February, which is the day after all the teams show off their 25 liveries at the O2 Arena in London. Keyword there being liveries. They're not revealing the cars for the most part. Despite all the razzmatazz and the light shows and everything like that's going to be going on, the actual cars they're revealing are going to be 24 cars for the most part, with 2025 liveries, which is that's a very key difference at the end of the day. I mean, I said this from the start, it's going to be a glorified livery reveal. It's going to be a cool event. The fans, the Drive to Survive generation, they're all going to get in on it. They've sold the place out. They're going to be doing the TikToks and the stories and the Facebook videos and stuff like that. But when it comes to actually, being important in terms of a car being revealed, that ain't it, Chief, and I knew it wasn't. There might be one or two that reveal their 25 car, but I doubt even that, to be honest with you, at this point. He let the news slip in conversation with Sky Italia's Maria San Giorgio when she asked Vasseur when Hamilton will be making his highly anticipated Ferrari testing debut. In January, he answered, indicating that it will be at the wheel of an old car believed to be the 2022 machine. So yes, by 2025, that car will be now 3 years old, so he'll be driving the one from 2022, which is very relevant because that's the first ground effect Ferrari, so it'll be much more similar to the 25 car than what the 21 car was. It will certainly depend on the weather. January is not an easy month. The available window is not very wide because we have to be ready for the presentation of the car, which will be on the 19th of February, Vasseur added. I sent you the invitation, Mara, he laughed. Vasseur said that Hamilton's testing debut will be a low-key affair. We don't want to focus on the show, he told the Gazzetta dello Sport during Ferrari's traditional pre-Christmas meeting with journalists. The launch of the car will be enough, and then we have to focus on the season. Lewis will only have 6 weeks available from the beginning of January to the presentation of the car, but he is a driver with a lot of experiences at his disposal, and for this reason I am not worried. Today the drivers have the enormous advantage of the simulator. There has been a lot of talk about Hamilton's poor final season for Mercedes in 24, during which he often seemed demoralised, unmotivated and lacking confidence, but he also got some very big highs as well, particularly at Silverstone. So it wasn't all a write-off by any means. I feel that Lewis hasn't always been very happy this year, said Vasseur. He was probably already a bit focused on the future, but I am really convinced that he will be in great shape. As he showed in the last races in Abu Dhabi as well as Las Vegas, he was able to do some great performance, so I'm not worried. The cars and the rules have not changed and a multiple champion is arriving. It's a good season for us, but we're all a bit tired. They were very close, of course, to winning the Constructors' second place. Who would have predicted that partway through the season? I certainly would not have done. Vasseur also said that he thinks Hamilton's arrival gave Charles Leclerc a boost. I'm happy that with what Charles has done this year, he's improved a lot. But he can grow even more. He's fast and he knows it, but it's race management that he needs to do even more. But he's on the right track. I'm sure he has great respect for Lewis and that he'll be able to absorb all the good out of the situation like a sponge. A good monogas sponge. I'm sure he'll learn a lot. As for whether Vasseur has any advice for Hamilton before he's officially becoming a Ferrari driver, the 56-year-old Frenchman smiled. He doesn't need my advice. Maybe I would just tell him not to eat too much pasta. Mamma mia. That's a nice... I can't even say it without laughing. Hey, you know what? Honestly, right? I'm so jealous of Hamilton living out there. Like, he's gonna get such... I mean, the food comparison between the Midlands in England or the South in England compared to, like, Northern Italy. Oh, my goodness me. He's gonna make the most of that. Absolutely. Who the hell wouldn't? But in all seriousness, I'm excited to see it. The test will probably just be at Ferrari's test track Fiorano, which is right next to, I believe it's right next to their factory anyway. It's very close to it anyway. It's their own private test track. It's not like a grade 1 circuit or anything, but you know, you can run Formula 1 cars around there in a test. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm excited for it. A lot of people are saying that Hamilton's done, he's washed, he's too old, all this, blah, 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 all that kind of crap, right? And I don't buy into it. I might well eat my words, you know. Anything's possible in Formula 1 at the end of the day. Murray Walker taught me that. But I think on the balance of things, I'm very looking forward to it. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how Hamilton and Leclerc battle with each other. You know, you got the most successful driver in the history of the sport, and the boy wonder who has been brought up through Ferrari for all his life, basically. You know, someone who's going to be the next world champion, be the next Michael Schumacher, or the next Kimi Raikkonen or whatever. You know, he replaced Kimi Raikkonen, of course, in 2019. So I'm really excited to see what happens with this. And yeah, I'm sure Hamilton will get down to it. It'll be a new motivation for him because, guys, let's be honest here, right? You know, he was in the same job at Mercedes for 12 years. He had so much success with the team, of course, but towards the end, last 3 seasons, 22, 23, 24, he won 2 races in that time. And one of those races, he crossed the line not even knowing that he won it. So by his standards, it was very, very poor. I'm not saying he was, but I'm just saying that overall, the Mercedes car was not the best. Simple as that. So I think that's part of the issue, and that's part of the reason why he was so unmotivated. I don't think that's rocket science to figure that out. But yeah, let's have a look at what happens, guys. What are your thoughts? You want to see what happens with... It's going to be so weird seeing him suited and booted in red. That's going to be the biggest thing for me. I know someone said a little bit ago online, oh, you know, Hamilton technically has raced in red before. McLaren raced in red for China 2010, but it ain't the same, man. We're talking about Ferrari here, you know, the team in Formula 1, you know. Ferrari is Formula 1, Formula 1 is Ferrari, and having the most successful guy in the history of the sport racing for them is going to be sensational. So it's going to make headlines one way or another, good or bad, and I'm hoping good. But yeah, let's see what we've got. You know, let us know what you think in the comments below as always, guys. I want to hear your thoughts. Like, share, comment, subscribe, ring the bell as well. I'll see you soon, guys. Have a good one.